All right. Uh, we're gonna talk about the simple-minded, or just the simplicity of having a non-complicated thought process. I was walking him earlier, and then I thought of this meme. It's a video. It looks like a school donation candy drive, and the students there are they're just mentally handicapped or just differently abled. So it's a little girl. This is a student. She's a girl. She look like they're donating candy. She has like a thing of Starburst. She's like, I love Starburst, and then she puts the Starburst in, but in the background, you hear a tard screech. but, but but it made me think it was how great it is to be simple minded in a way. Just to not have your thoughts just overcomplicate themselves. And just to have fun and be happy with the simple things. Hi, Papa. Because she had a she was a cute girl and she had like this bright smile on her face. And generally, when you communicate in person with the with the people who are differently abled, you always bring them. You always talk to them enthusiastically, even when many others do it. It's not genuine enthusiasm at all because it's like, yeah, I don't want to I don't want to look rude, so I'm gonna talk to you with a smile on my face, and maybe they won't notice if it's a artificial one or not. Uh, but in a way, but with I'm just gonna say with with their limited perception upon the world, uh, because there's only a maximum amount of comprehension they could have, right? Or just there's limits. That's why they're called. It's limited, mentally limited, mentally challenged. Uh, I'm even slow myself to be honest with you. But in their perceived reality, when everybody speaks to them, this is a theory, but it could be true. Or no doubt that a lot of it is. With everyone around them that speaks to them, seems to enjoy how they talk, their presence. They see the world as just a magical, fun, amazing place with nice people who just love to talk to you. And maybe that's a limit, or maybe that's like, that's a good thing, and we can learn from that as, I don't know if I could consider myself somewhat normal, or just, I would just, I'm gonna drag myself below and say I'm average. uh, because we become what we fill our mind with. That's a given. And what we're surrounded by, we are infected because that's our perception of the world around us. If we choose to partake in it, that's our reality. Um, hold on, my dog's barking. Oh yeah. Lazy girl. You too? You too, lazy girl. I already have Buddy on the bed. I'm I love you. Okay. When when you speak to them, everybody speaks to them. Everybody seems enthusiastic to speak to them, and uh, since they are human, they already have given pre-registered concepts like acceptance and uh, wanting to push away. If somebody has a happy face, you're automatically registered as a human. Whom humans are social creatures, so we are meant to communicate. If you see someone with the accepting happy face, who wants to talk to you, you already know, okay, that person wants to talk to me. And if more often than not, more people seem accepting, seem approachable, that's that person's reality. And it's only positive environments. So what I'm learning right now is just to fill your mind with only good things. It's better to be simple-minded. It's better to be just pure of heart and just in a way limited. And possibly this is also just going to a different type of theory, but maybe that is also akin to creativity and just potential and just enjoyment. Enjoying the simple things as a even mental concept. I remember at a friend of mine who sent me this meme, who showed me a meme. It said, Down syndrome people don't seem that hard. You just give them what was it? You just give them a movie and a Capri Sun, and they're set for the day. When she told me that, it was really funny, but it's it's in a way a superpower. You're being limited is itself a superpower because you can easily enjoy yourself. You can easily be happy. Don't be worried. You, it's you're not as easily. Well, it could be easily stressed, but no one's gonna try to stress you. Nobody's gonna gain anything from stressing somebody who's mentally challenged. A lot of the time, if you play dumb, that's the way to go. That's if you act like you don't know anything, don't have anything, people aren't gonna bother you because you know what use would you have for them? I love God. I love Jesus Christ. I love Jesus Christ. It's almost Christmas. I love Christmas. And so, as a follower, we gotta be more. It's a given. Yeah, this is so gooey. Hey, fired. No, we gotta be childlike in how we approach God, how we communicate with God. We're just God's children in general. We call him fathers, Father God, our Heavenly Father. That's a given. We're supposed to be childlike to our Father, Heavenly Father above. And that's something we can learn. Don't overcomplicate your life. Have fun with stupid simplicity. And don't be afraid to be a little stupid. Don't be afraid to act like you don't know, or don't be afraid of not knowing in general. If you And what do children do? They're always learning. If you're always learning, always open yourself to, I guess new concepts, new things to learn, new higher education. Um, it's enjoyable. It's enjoyable knowing things. Skipping around. Oh, what's this? What's this? What's this? What's this? Because we don't know everything about the world. We love the truth. We would love to acknowledge the truth. And it's hard to find, but thankfully God gave us the truth, the way, the truth, and the life. So we don't have to worry about existence partial on Earth partially, because we know the goal, what to do, how to live. If you stay childlike and follow the rules, well, you know, exploring the world that was made for us, learning more about it, the little things in between, that's living life. Living life is about growth internally, making it external. We're people, humans. We learn, build, grow. We're social creatures. We're supposed to do it for each other. Not only, yeah, be charitable too. Not only us, but each other. There's something to learn from the people of limited thought. They are a blessing. Even dogs, they're just. This dog, he's an obedient little boy. He's a little stingy. I think he's. My hypothesis is that he's just permanently regressed in a in a permanently in a prepubescent state, because my personal belief is that he was fixed too early. I see it. I mean, he's like 3 years old and he still looks like a little boy, but he's a good little boy. I love him. He is sweet. I love you, Bubba. Stay woke. uh, I think that's it. Because I wanted to say that I was walking him, and I was like, okay, maybe I can talk about this for a bit. And that's a great concept to talk about on my channel. The retarded and the happy. I guess that's it. If you're limited in thought, and you only take in, and you have the free will to choose of what you take in. If you take in stuff that angers you, stirs you up, is meant to complicate things, that is from the devil. To stir hatred, to stir discord. If it puts you against other people, it's not good. It's not for you. If it annoys you, just instead of well, I do find enjoyment in kind of hating because it's fun. Like, that's a weird thing too. Being purposely negative is kind of fun because children do that as well. So yeah, I guess don't be afraid to be childish as well. Because it's whimsical. You're having fun. If it telling people, I mean, it's there's a thing. It's like you could tell somebody to kill themselves, and it's really funny. I'm not even gonna lie, it really is. And it just makes you, it's fun. If it's fun, then do it. I'm not. And I know that can get controversial in a way, but I'm talking to the sane and the limited, not the insane with power. Talking about the average sum of people. I would sound part of that. So, as I was thinking about this concept, I just started laughing so much. I had a big smile on my face because it's just, hey, don't be afraid to look stupid and be retarded. It's okay. Life is okay. Enjoy them here and now. I try to do that all the time, or as much as I can, because I say I'm not enjoying myself right now. I'm stupid. I'm kind of dumb. And I'm not doing anything to improve my life right now. But but you gotta find out what's worth doing. This video game, I'm terrible at coding. I've been working on it today. I'm proud of what I accomplished, but things suck. I suck. I'm stupid. I'm not the smartest person. But that's okay. I'm not a genius. I maybe do something grand with my life one day, but I'm not, I'm not a genius. I'm not smart. Uh, follow God. Follow God, please. And don't complicate yourself. Watch the movies that you're only interested in. If you're interested in what someone recommends you, yeah, don't be afraid to watch it. If you don't like it, you could always turn it off. If you don't like a movie you paid for, you could just walk out. That's also free will. It's primal. Don't be trapped. Don't entrap yourself mentally. You can limit yourself mentally on, the basis of, what you could do. Flee, go. Should I stay? Should I go? Simple. It's simple. There's brilliance in simplicity, as there always is. I think that's why I think about video games too, and why I think about the simplicity of video games and how they appeal somewhat to the human brain, especially early on. Uh, let's just say for Pokemon Red and Blue, Game Boy, not much colors, a lot of Pokemon, but it was what was needed to make a game that was the options given of when you walk into tall grass, encounter, a Pokemon, and your Pokemon is battling the other Pokemon. It gives you just the essential options that what is needed for a cockfight. Are you gonna run? Or are you gonna fight? Are you gonna use something? Or are you gonna swing? Like it's simplicity. If it was now, there would be a dodge mechanic, a roll mechanic, a parry mechanic. There's a brilliance in simplicity. That's what you can choose to do. If it's good for you, then stay. If you don't need it, if it doesn't benefit you, then you can leave. And some things were meant to happen, some things weren't. Brilliance and simplicity. The video game I'm trying to make, I'm trying to keep the button input as simple as possible. I think it's no, it's gonna use these mainly, but it's probably gonna use the bumpers as well. Just 6 buttons max. I don't think it's bad at all. Or I just had an idea of using only using 4. Well, anyway, there's beauty in simplicity. There's beauty in the simple-minded because it's still primal, but it can still give the best options of what to do with it, in the here and now. So if you overthink, if you are stressed, if you are mad, if you are always angry, just know that somebody with a Down syndrome is doing the more wiser decision than you because they stick around and like what they like. They're more happier than you. Plain and simple. A retard is happier than you, more successful than you, more fulfilled than you because you choose to be stressed. Don't do that. It's stupid. It's disgusting. Just think about that. You can simply not care. Simple. Not care. Maybe that's easier said than done, especially for me. But you're not. But if you overcomplicate life, then you're not having fun living in it. Complication comes from the devil, and there's people who don't believe in the devil, that the devil exists, that don't believe there's things that the metaphysical doesn't exist. Except that the world becomes much more easier to comprehend. And there it is. It's simple. If you simply accept that God exists, that everything in that holy book is true, things can be much easier to explain. But in this modern, contemporary, 21st century times, we are given excuses as to why things are right that are all somewhat theory. You know, I could always the Big Bang is a theory. Bazinga, nigga. Uh, the asteroids hitting the dinosaurs is a theory. But you know, there was a massive flood confirmed that had the whole Earth, that ate the entire Earth. Giants existed. If you want to talk about young King David toppled Goliath, a giant. Nephilims exist. You you haven't seen them in your average 21st century day-to-day life. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. You didn't see. You haven't seen Jesus in the flesh because that happened 2,000 years ago. I'm not going to say I didn't see it because he didn't exist. And the more proof that is given now that the Shroud of Turin was dated 2,000 years ago, I'm not going to say he doesn't exist. Don't be afraid to accept the truth in that book because everything just, is more simple. I personally believe space is, well, it's a belief, but it's also, do I really care to believe? Space, I could say it's faking gay. I don't give a I don't give a hoot. Oh, about Saturn, Mars, Venus, Jupiter. All we needed to know is in the beginning, in the 7 days of us being created. Oh, evolution is a theory. But that right there is the truth. He made the stars, the sun, the moon, the animals. 6th day, he made Adam. 7th day, he rested. That's all we need to know. He gave us what we need to know. If we don't need to know more, then live with it. I'm not going to say don't be afraid to ask questions. But if a higher power gave us a guide of what we should know, how we should live, we should just do it. No, this was written by many men over centuries. However, they had such a big communication and a soulful connection. The soulful. People can't comprehend how a soul works, but it exists. We have spirits within us. We can't see it, we can't feel it, but it is there. The metaphysical exists. These people had such strong ties to our Creator that the Lord allowed them to put their stories, have them be known for the rest of time. Don't be afraid to be stupid. Just live righteously. The righteous can be stupid. You could be a fool for God. Who has the balls to make fun of you for living happily and righteously? They're automatically in the wrong for hating having fun, for hating the charitable, for hating the holy, you know? Just be childlike. Don't be afraid to look stupid. Don't be afraid to be a little cringe. It's okay. No one's gonna come beat you up with bricks and hammers and bats because you were a little cringe tart online, or just having fun, being happy, being pure of heart, simple-minded. You could take it as an insult too. It's perception. You could take being simple-minded as an insult, or you could have it, own up to it, and say, yeah, because I'm not gonna complicate my own life. I'm gonna keep it simple and just do what I have to do. Find, continue, live on, whatever my purpose is. You don't see the average person on YouTube talking like this about this. And I feel like, I'm a great communicator. Well, I'm not a good communicator at all, but I'm able to communicate concepts that nobody else can or will want to openly talk about because I'm not going to complicate it. You got to just say things how they are. Pure, simple, straightforward. You can even lack emotion because anybody perceiving it will be confused on if it's an attack or not. Should I get defensive? Don't be afraid to look dumb. Say things. Know what you're saying. Don't be afraid to, look dumb saying it because that'll confuse if somebody wants to attack you. there's a genius in stupidity. It really is. You just have to know how to play with it. And I think that's and in using that concept, it could bring skill to the simple. Okay, this is simple, yes or no. Maybe let's add more to it, or stack upon a yes or no. True or false? What can I add upon this person's thoughts? Well, yes and no. Like, did that make sense? It made sense to me, but I'm not sure how many other people made sense to. If this will even see more than 2-3 people. I'm just speaking from the heart. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind. Communication is key. If you have raw thoughts, raw communication, nothing will get tangled. That's the beauty and simplicity. If somebody gets confused, it's confused. If somebody adds too many layers to whatever they're trying to communicate, it doesn't make sense. It will not make sense. Don't be afraid to say what you think. Because if you live like that, you're not living your own life. We are meant to communicate. We have a vocal cord. We've made languages. Humans have made languages and numeric systems for us to communicate these ideas that aren't purposeless one bit. They were made for a reason. And God had us speak many languages for a reason. So communication, it's important. We're meant to have it. It's a blessing. We are blessed. I'm blessed to be able to say this. I'm blessed to have a will to say what's on my mind. Is that not something to be thankful for? So we know God isn't against us. It's actually really beautiful. Really beautiful. Life is beautiful. Look at this dog. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he adorable? Can you see him? Hi, Bubba. You're adorable. It's a blessing. It's always a blessing. It's all a blessing. I stink. My pits smell. My nuts itch. Simple words. Also, simplicity is striking. Ever think of that? Let's see. Let's think of manga. I like looking at manga pieces. Let's see. Azuma. His characters aren't the most detailed. But oh yeah, that's why I like character design. I talk about this in literally every video. Make something simple, striking, memorable. It's going to be remembered because it's not overcomplicated. Yotsuba has 4 pigtails, a t-shirt, and shorts. Amazing character. Like, it's genius design, bro. Chio, short, 2 pigtails. Peak. This is genius in the simplicity. And probably every way. And it's easy to draw. He's got ink, and he's got a white page. Black ink, white page. You can make so many things out of that. Isn't that beautiful? Hold on. Look at this scroll. It's a professional wrestler, Kazuchika Okada. You see how simple this is? There's not much color. It's just black and white. But with skill, you can make it into something so much more. It's called exercise. Don't be afraid of change. It's simple. Genius and simplicity. Don't overcomplicate things. Just give what's needed. I like manga. I like black and white. I like black and white a lot. As you can see. I think that's all I have for today. You going, Bubba? Doggy. Stay simple. Stay simple minded. Thank you.